Yeah, you know what? We started the club with a Junior A franchise, and it would have been with the 93-94 season. And we had the Junior A team. We played over at Brooklyn Recreation Center. In our third year, I think it was 94, 95, we wanted to start a youth program. And our first birth years that we had a 84 combination 84-85 team. We had a combination 82-83 team, and we had an 86-87 team. And we started with those three teams, and we moved into this building in the fall of '97. At that time, we started all the way down to our 10-year-old teams. I believe our youngest team that we started with were our 1988 birth years, and they were 10-year-olds, and then we worked all the way up through the U18 team and had the Junior A team at that time. You know, the goal of the program is to develop elite hockey players for college hockey programs. I've been with the program since the beginning. I was the Junior A coach. I started the youth program. I was the one that put together all the coaching staffs in the beginning. And, you know, our goal was to help Cleveland kids in the beginning, help Cleveland kids have the opportunity to develop to go on and play college hockey. You know, the goal of the program is to help them reach their goals, which for most of them is junior hockey, and then after junior hockey, college hockey, if they're lucky enough to go on to professional. You know, we've had quite a bit of success. If you come to our rink and see the board at the front, we've put over 150 kids into college hockey programs. I've personally had 153 of them that have come through me, coached by me, and then we've had over 30 that have either played or been drafted in the National Hockey League. So those are the expectations of our players. We try to get everyone. You know, we don't have our junior team anymore since I think 5 years now. We haven't had our junior team, so our goal at the youth level is to get them to a junior hockey program, where from that point they can move forward to onto a college hockey program. Yeah, you know, in the beginning, most of our players are basically from Northeast Ohio with our youth programs, our 10-year-olds up. We compete in a pretty competitive league in Detroit and Chicago. So as the kids age into their 14, 15, 16, that territory kind of expands for us to be able to stay competitive with those other teams in those areas. So, you know, all the way to our U18 team, I mean, we have right now 3 players from the Toronto area. We have a player from Austria. We have a player from New York. We still have, I believe, 9 kids from Ohio, 6 from the Cleveland area, 9 from Ohio. So as they get older, to stay competitive and to continue to develop the elitist of the elite, we do need to kind of reach out further geographically. We've had, I personally, I don't really know the program's numbers, but you know, probably over 95% of the boys on the board came through me because I was a junior coach for 12 years. I left for a year to coach at Bowling Green State University in college. But I've had over 150 kids go on to 4-year universities, and it's 32 now that have either been drafted or played in the National Hockey League. Well, we've had quite a few success stories. Probably, you know, my most proudest is we've had quite a few leaders go through this program. I think the count now at Ohio State is that I've had, our program and myself have had 5 captains at Ohio State. We've had 3 captains at Michigan. We've had 2 captains at Notre Dame. We've had 3 captains at Miami University. We've had 3 at Bowling Green. We've had 2 at Michigan State. So, you know, that's probably one of the things I'm most proud of is the leaders that we've brought through our program and been able to take that to college hockey programs. And those are some pretty successful college hockey programs that I named. As far as in the National Hockey League, you know, locally we had a player that went through our program from the time he was 12, and Danny Fritchie. He ended up playing in the National Hockey League with the Columbus Blue Jackets when he was 18 years old, played there for 3 years, played a little bit with the Minnesota Wild. He plays in Switzerland now. Currently in the National Hockey League, we have Jim Slater with the Winnipeg Jets that played here for 3 years. We have Peter Harold with the New Jersey Devils that played here all the way through since he was 11 years old. Sean Collins, who plays with the Washington Capitals, played here. I know I'm going to miss some. Tommy Gobo played here. He plays over in Switzerland. Played here all the way through. And we've had some that are retired now that have played through. So we've had quite a few successful guys that have gone on, you know, and made a pretty good living at the game that they learned here. Yeah, you know, we've kind of through all the Barons program now, it's kind of become a Bowling Green flavor. I grew up in Canada myself. I played my junior hockey in Canada. I came in 1976 and played at Bowling Green State University. I'm the kind of the same age. I played with or against all the guys that were on the '80 Olympic team. We had two of them on our team at Bowling Green, and my degree was in education. So I was originally a high school teacher. I coached high school hockey before I got involved, started the Barons program, junior hockey. Bowling Green through the '80s and '90s at one time had more players in the National Hockey League in college than any other, because it was very successful through the '80s and '90s. And what happened is a lot of those guys, whether they were from Canada or other parts of the United States, ended up marrying girls from Ohio area that they had met at Bowling Green and moved to the Cleveland area. So it seems like a lot of our staff now are guys in their 40s that attended Bowling Green and played at Bowling Green in the '80s. We have myself. I was in the '70s. I'm probably the oldest of all of them. But our minor, our U16 team is coached by a former Bowling Green player, but also one from Cleveland, played in the National Hockey League, Brett Harkins. Our '98 team, which is our next team going from top down to the bottom, is Ian Duncan, who played in the National Hockey League, is a Canadian who played at Bowling Green, played with the Winnipeg Jets in the National Hockey League. Our '99 team is coached by Jeff Wells, who played 2 years with Team Canada, played at Bowling Green as a Canadian. Our 2000 team is coached by Mike Hall, another Canadian who played at Bowling Green. Our 2001 team is coached by Steve Ipri, played college hockey, and I think he played at Buffalo State. Our 2002 team is coached by Jim Kessridge. He played locally here with the Junior Barons back in the '70s. Our 2003 team is coached by a gentleman that played at Ohio University. And our 2004 team is coached by Greg Brown, who's coached a lot of our younger kids when they began in our program. You know, in our U18 team, a guy named Nick Magyar, locally from Menor, who has been in our program since he was 10 or 11 years old, is currently playing on our U18 team as a junior at Menor High School, was a first-round draft choice of Sioux City in the United States Hockey League last year, and is already committed to Ohio State. He committed as a sophomore. I believe he's in the class of 214. We've got Tom Perrin, a senior at St. Ignatius, who was drafted by Youngstown in the United States Hockey League. As that fact, has already played in a couple games with them. So we have quite a few players on our U18 team that in the next few years will play junior hockey and play college hockey.
I'm Nick Magyar. I've been from Cleveland, Ohio, live in Menor. Been playing for the Barons this is my 8th year here. Started up right in the youth and played all the way up to midget minor last year, 1 year, and then this year's my first year here, midget major. And in 2014, I will be going to Ohio State. I committed there last year, sophomore year of high school, and hopefully next year I'll be at Sioux City, Iowa, playing in the United States Hockey League. Yeah, all the coaches I've had growing up, starting with Perry Gonchar. He was a good coach, developed basic skills, and then on to Coach Alexander, who was a couple years when we were in Pee Wee, and Bantam year, and they were just great coaches. And last year I had Brett Harkins, former NHL player, learned a lot from him, and now back to Coach Alexander again, and really excited to have him here. I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, obviously the goal is the NHL, but just, I mean, getting the college away and knowing I got that set and I'll be at Ohio State that's really good, I think. But I mean, obviously the goal is the NHL and just see how far I can go.